Good afternoon, everyone. I warmly welcome all the esteemed panelists and speakers for today's live webinar on building resilience, a new reality. Today's program is under the banner of Manodarpan, an initiative of Ministry of Education for the psychosocial support and mental well-being of students. We also have Adhiraj Bakshi, a grade 12 student at Pathway School, Noida. He holds the leadership position as an Interact Treasurer. MUN debates help him express his views on various global issues. We really look forward to your viewpoints, Adhiraj.
So when you look at understanding mind and mental health, what comes to your mind instinctively? And what are your views on the topic of adjustment, adaptability, the ability to, constantly improve ourselves in school, at family, and also confront difficulties with the help of our parents and teachers, and but constantly move on. We know we have gone through as a human race a lot of tragedy, a lot of loss, but then situations will keep coming in life. As a young growing mind with so much of influential thinking, you participated in so many platforms, and Varada also. How do you view the world coming tomorrow from the eyes of an adolescent?
First of all, good afternoon, everybody. Um, in this world today, we have so many different viable options for everybody that it creates the same amount of problems as well. Like the
Right.
main problems which adolescents face right now are stressed about school, your friends being stressed, which makes you more anxious about tests and finals coming up, and peer pressure. Now, these things may look simple to overcome. But the thing is, because of the development and the difficulty in our schools now, these problems are much more enhanced. Like, let's say if you're stressed about school and you're a 12th grader or an 11th grader, if your thinking can be in this way. If you mess up in just one exam, you may believe that your whole life falls apart. And because of that pressure, not intentionally being put on by your parents,
Okay,
it
that's very
creates a
good.
pressure which is unbearable. So three of my friends, Vikramaditya JaiSingh, Krishang, Kapoor, and Cheol and I, we created a mental health card game to overcome these problems and to face face these problems in this time. Because in this time, communication between our friends is not as common. Like in school, we used to talk to our friends in passing, in classes, even if we were listening to our teachers. Nowadays, that is not possible. Everything we do is monitored on the internet because once something is put on the internet, it never comes down. So in our card game, uh, I'll just share something for everybody.
So you all
We
together have been working on it. Yeah,
Yes, so we
excellent.
worked this entire year to create this card game, and this is our logo. We created a website as well where you can download our cards and our user. We also created a Hindi version of the game because we felt that if we create two different versions of the game, Hindi and English, it is more accessible to all schools. And
Yeah.
because we were looking at children from different communities as well. So we created a Hindi version as well. And then, so these are a few examples of our problem cards which we created. They're easily printable and easily accessible on the internet. They talk about anxious about stress, peer pressure, and they have basic illustrations for people when playing the game to understand how they work. And these are some solutions that we found out. Like we talked to our counselors about it. We held forums within our schools to talk about it to see what people would actually need. And some of these solutions are proposed by counselors. And we also created an Instagram page where we've published our website, our tutorials, and everything required for you to play the game. And these are the Hindi translations which we talk to with our Hindi specialist in school. So we had different solutions to each problem because not everybody is the same. Hence why we had to have different things.
That's
We
very
also,
interesting. Very interesting.
yeah,
Okay.
thank you. Um, okay. Uh, so as I'm part of the Club,
Yes.
Interact Club, we connected with Saibal. Sorry, yeah. So we held different bake sales and other sales to create funds for different organizations such as the Abar Utsav, eye camps, and water aid camps. We raised money for these camps and for these different organizations. We are also starting to help different COVID relief fund organizations such as the Hemkant Foundation, Mazdoor Kitchen, KVN Foundation, and Mission Oxygen.
Wonderful. Adhiraj, you've given us an indicator. You've given us a roadmap. The young ones can create dreams and live them. And this is what you're trying to do. Adhiraj, taking the clue from what Varada ended, both are important, health and education. Do you think that both families or schools, yani ke family at a family level or at a school level, education about health, we have we have educated ourselves with so many things. Values are important, culture is important, heritage is important, our curriculum and syllabus is very important, as Dr. Amita also said. But when you look at basic health, which has come to a crossroad today. You know, the most of the developed countries across the world came through the challenge of falling apart because of health crisis in the last 1 year. Where does a school or where does a family, in a very short answer, actually take responsibility of health education? How do we get educated better about health? Right from kindergarten or sometime later? What does health
Okay.
education mean to you, and where do you want to start it from your dad, mom, and the teachers?
First, my gratitude to the Ministry of Education, Manodarpan, and Dr. Nagpal to give me this platform. I believe that schools should implement a new subject, which should be health itself. They should tell children and teachers alike about the basic problems which all adults and kids face at
Right,
certain ages. Like, let's say if you're in kindergarten or till third, let's say, you can know about the common cold, chicken pox, and other stomach flu, headaches, basic medical concerns which may occur to you. But as you get older, this should get more developed and more complex to the point of, I would say, basic human knowledge. I believe it should be there, even if you don't want to go in the medical field. It should be done because, let's say, in your family, somebody crashes down and there's no possible medical attention available there.
right.
What will happen? Will the person just suffer? You should know at least, oh, if their head is hot, their hands are getting cold. Basic signs which can help people make quick decisions.
Excellent. Fundamental. For example, what you're trying to highlight is first aid. I think anything, anytime, anywhere can happen in terms of a very small medical emergency.